through the eyes of a traveler.
So I'm going to show you a track that may even exceed the tracks that I'm going to see when I go into the Karakoram Range. I just thought these are such wonderful tracks, and we rarely get an opportunity to see such tracks. And there's lots of twists and turns, and it'll be like a test for the bike as well, because this is a very heavy TRK, and it's, as I'm riding it, I'm getting some enjoyment out of it in terms of its power, but I'm also realizing that it's not an easy bike to manage with twists and turns. It's nimble, don't get me wrong, but when you're going around bends at an angle, especially dropping down on a descent over a bend, it needs a lot of care. And then sometimes you reduce your speed to an extent where really putting your foot on the ground for a novice is understandable. And though I've ridden many bikes, I still class myself as a novice. You never know when something could go wrong, so you can never be fully prepared, you can only prepare. So yeah, it's a lot of fun, but there's a learning curve to this bike, and I think the more you ride it, the more comfortable you'll get. But to think you can just jump on this bike and it'll be like an easy bike to manage, that is probably far from the truth. How far depends on the rider, but in my case it's taken me a while to get used to this. It's funny because when I sat on this initially, I actually found it very, very comfortable, but I assume that was because the terrain was much easier to manage. As I'm riding through rougher terrain and the bike is doing its part, and it's doing its part very well, it just needs for me to be more comfortable on the bike. And I think sometimes what happens is when you ride a lot of bikes, you get comfortable in riding. But some bikes are slightly different, well, not slightly, quite a bit different to others. And so those bikes usually require a little more experience before you can say, you know, you're really comfortable. Anyway, I'll shut up now and let you just enjoy the scenery, the ride.
Let's speed up the process as the journey is very long, and I want to cover as much ground as possible, show you the beautiful terrain. These are the country lanes of Pakistan that very few know of and very few travel on, as you'll see, with hardly any traffic on the road.
Hello world. I gotta say welcome back, but I know it hasn't been long since I last spoke to you, because obviously when I edit this video it'll just be one video after the other. This is the Steed. It's done well on the Karakorum Highway. I think this horse needs open road. When it's got open road, it does open up, and it's quite impressive. But more impressive than the bike is the scenery. I mean, it's absolutely breathtaking. I mean, my breath's gone anyway because I've been riding so hard and my bottom's gone, and other parts of my body have given way. Let's not discuss those. But I'm gonna just stand on this cliff and just show you some footage. Some little houses. I'm not sure if you can see them. And then there's the river that runs alongside the Karakorum, and then there's some mud houses over there, and then on top it's all overlooked by snow-capped mountains. It really is a wonderful sight. It's a close-up of the mud village, I would say. And then that's a close-up of a solitary home embedded in rock. And on the right of it there's a waterfall, and on the left of it there's a waterfall. So, my steed. It's a tiring steed, I have to confess. It's a heavy machine, and it takes its toll on the rider. But it's got me here so far. This is Besham. I thought I'd stop and just take that picture of the snow-capped mountain, plus that beautiful blue sapphire. Is it blue or green? Is it emerald green or sapphire blue? I don't know. But anyway, this is on the approach to Besham, and that's where I will stay the night. Tomorrow it's onwards towards Jalas, maybe Gilgit, but I was told it's an impossibility to get to Gilgit from Besham in one day.
Signposted, Swat 80 kilometers, Gilgit 323, and Punjab, Chinese border 589. Let's see if we can get there safely.
Okay, so this is a motorbike, and now there are other riders. I'm not even a rider. There's 3 pillions and there's no room for me. Bataएं, आपका नाम क्या है? I'm asking them what their name is.
My name is Namullah.
Your name is?
Namullah.
Huh?
Namullah.
ऊंची आवाज में बोलना बेटे.
Namullah.
नामुल्ला.
Ejazul Haq.
एजाजुल हक.
Ziaul Haq.
ज़ियाउल हक. तू जनरल तो नहीं है ज़ियाउल हक. तू तो छोटा लग रहा है. So these kids were just wandering around the bike, and I thought to myself they should sit on the bike, enjoy it, because there was a time when I was a child and I looked at other people's possessions and wanted to have one of my own when I grow up. So enthusiasm and dreams cost nothing but are worth so much. So I wanted to show you where I'm going to stay tonight. This is my home for a night. This is my view. Bear with me, 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 bear with me. That is the view. And the backdrop is, let me show you, Steed, snow-capped mountains. I jest, I'm not staying the night here, but I had to show you that view. Magnificent. An oasis of green in what can be best described as barren rockland.
On the Karakorum Highway, you encounter many police and army checkposts, and often they ask questions and then let you go, but sometimes they can be a little more investigatory, for want of a better description. In this case, I joked with the chap. He asked me in detail whether I was a foreigner, and when I spoke in his native tongue, he accepted I wasn't, and the lie held true. Anyway, after a couple of jokes, he said, of course, and you're good to go, and I was on my way. With a smile and a joke, you can get through so many of life's obstacles. Take care, young brother. See you on my return leg. Boo! So until next time, it's time for me to say goodbye. So for those that ride, please ride safely. For everyone else, please be happy, keep smiling, and God bless you all.